Then when you get on the plane, sit down in those seats. If nobody else comes and sits in the middle of you, then winner, you've got 3 seats between 2. So tip number 11, if you're taking any kind of powder away with you, then to stop it breaking, all you have to do is put some cotton wool inside it and it'll help protect it from breaking. So I've just got some little cotton wool pads that you would use for washing your face. Put them in over the top of the powder and just close it. It should protect your powder from smashing. Tip number 12. This tip's actually a little bit cheeky, but if you're travelling in a 2 and you're reserving seats on a plane, then if you reserve the window seat and the aisle seat, then when you get on the plane, sit down in those seats. If nobody else comes and sits in the middle of you, then winner, you've got 3 seats between 2. If someone does come and sit in the middle of you, just ask kindly if you could swap with them and you're still sitting next to your friend or whatever. But if not, then you've got 3 seats. Tip number 13 is take an extension lead. Now I'm sure you all know what an extension lead looks like, just a plug with a little thing with like 5 plugs or whatever in it. These are so handy in hostels because sometimes there's only like 2 plugs in a room of 8 people and it's ridiculous. So if you take an extension lead, number 1, you can either charge all of your stuff in one night if you need to, your camera, your phone, your iPod, whatever, you can charge it all in one go and you're not hogging every single plug for other people. Or number 2, you can share with your fellow travellers, they can use it as well. It just comes in handy, comes in really handy. So I've just had to switch cameras because my old camera battery died, so that's why it might look different. Tip number 14 would be collect sample sizes. So when you're back before you're travelling, when you're back in the UK or your hometown, just collect sample sizes of things, which means you can take it away and it's easier to carry. So a great thing that I use is Birchbox, which is just one of those monthly subscription boxes, and they always send little sample size things. So for example, I've got the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish and it's a really tiny 30ml bottle and it's lasted me ages, so this should last you like about a month or more, which is great for travelling. Tip number 15 is shop around when you're looking for accommodation. So 2 big websites that you might already know about but you might not are Airbnb and Couchsurf. Airbnb, you can find amazing apartments for really cheap prices. Couchsurfing is where you go and stay on somebody's couch for free, or sometimes they can give you a bed, and it's a great way to travel without actually spending anything on accommodation, which is one of the biggest chunks out of your budget. Tip number 16, make sure you take photocopies of every single important document that you're taking with you. I always take 2 or 3 and I put them in different places, so I'll put 1 copy in my main bag and 1 copy in my hand luggage. So if 1 bag goes missing, you've still got a copy of them. So copy your passport, copy any visas that you've got, or if you've got a yellow fever certificate, anything like that, anything important that you're going to need, make sure you make a copy of it and separate them in your bags. Tip number 17 is email all your important documents over to yourself and make a separate folder for all these documents. So just put travelling documents or whatever you want to call it and put all of your important documents in there. So flight confirmation, hotel confirmation, anything like that. Put them all into one folder so that they're safe. What I always do as well is email them over across to somebody I trust back at home. So my mum or your partner or your best friend, whatever, just email them across to someone else just in case you can't access your emails. Tip number 18, go and tell your bank that you're going away before you go away. So go and tell them where you're going and give them the dates when you're going, and they can log it on their system, which means when you use your bank card abroad, or if you're using your bank card abroad, then you shouldn't get blocked. Now, I say shouldn't because when I was in Thailand, I told the bank that I was going to Thailand, but they still blocked it. This was because they still had a lot of high fraudulent activities going on in that area, so they just blocked my card. It caused a massive nightmare, but I'm kind of glad they did it because it could have been someone trying to fraud me. So just make sure you tell your bank where you're going before you go away. Tip number 19 is to put somebody on your bank account that you trust. Now you've got to really trust someone to do this, but I have worked in a bank and I've seen so many cases of people going on holiday or people going travelling and not putting anyone on their bank account. Something goes wrong with their bank account and nobody else can come in and sort it out for them. They can't phone the bank because of different time zones or because they don't have the money to do it, and the problem cannot get sorted without somebody else being able to access your bank account. So when I went travelling, I put my mum on my account because I trust her. So if anything went wrong, she could go in and sort it all out for me. She has permission to do that. And lastly, tip number 20. When you're searching for flights, make sure you shop around again. So there's loads of websites you can use. Most people are going to know what these are, but I'll leave links to all of them down below. So you've got Skyscanner, you've also got Kayak, and you've also got Momondo. So like I said, I'll leave links down to them below. Check them all out for the different flights because there is sometimes a price difference in those. It can depend on the layover. Some of them you're going to get like a big layover somewhere, but if you don't mind that, then it's going to be a cheaper flight. So just check them all out. Also on Skyscanner, if you go onto the dates when you want to fly, if you're flexible, there's a little part where you can select whole month, and this will search the whole month for when the flight that you want to go on is cheaper, and it makes a huge difference. There's a flight that I'm looking at the moment to Miami, and on one day it's £146, on a couple of days later it's £900. So if you're flexible, just click on whole month and it brings up a calendar and shows you when the cheapest dates are. So yeah, that was all my tips and tricks and hacks on travelling. I really hope you enjoyed them and get some use out of them. If you use any, or if you've got any, then let me know. Comment down below if you have any more. And if you like this video, then I'll make another one. Please subscribe to my channel because it means a lot to me. Check out my other social media, so my Facebook link and my Instagram will be down below. And just come and say hello to me because it makes me really happy. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed my video. Any links will be down below, and I will speak to you all very soon.